Hello student, welcome to the one more session of computer network and security. In the last session we started with module 4. In that we have studied some of the basic concepts of security. So in this session we will see what is a cryptography and how cryptography is helpful to the security. So cryptography is nothing but the science and art of manipulating messages to make them secure is called cryptography. So the original message to be transformed is called as plain text. The resulting message after transformations are called as a ciphertext. The process of converting the plain text into ciphertext is called as the encryption process, and the other process to get the plain text from the encrypted text is called, which is the reverse process, which is also called as a decryption. The algorithm which is used for this process is called as a cipher, and it requires the use of secret key. The user can recover the original message only by decrypting the ciphertext with the secret key. So there are two types of ciphers are there. One is called as substitution ciphers, other one is called as a transformation ciphers. So in the substitution ciphers, here the order in which the letters of the message appears is altered. So the most important concept behind the network security is the encryption. That is, whatever network security measurements we use the basic fundamental block of the security measurement is encryption. There are two types of encryptions are there. One is called as a private encryption technique, or which is also called as symmetric encryption. Here single key is shared between sender and receiver. Second one is called as a public key encryption or asymmetric encryption. Here two separate keys are used, that is by the sender and receiver. So here the two separate keys for encryption and decryptions are used by the sender and receiver. These are the two types of encryption technique. One is called as private or symmetric, other one is called as public or asymmetric. So students, now we'll see various entity of this encryption and decryption process. Here we have sender and receiver. So the sender wants to send the message with the encryption. So sender wants to send the message with encryption. So we have sender has got encryption algorithm which makes use of the original text, that is the message, and the key. So the encryption algorithm encrypt the message, and this encrypt the message, and this encrypted message is also known as a cipher. And this cipher, this message is transmitted through the channel. This channel has got access to the intruder. So here you can see intruder can access this channel. This is the public channel. Intruder can access this channel. On the other end, when the receiver receives the encrypted text, receiver will use decryption algorithm, which is a reverse process of encryption. So for decrypting, the receiver uses one of his key, that is key 2, and he will decrypt the message, and after decrypting the message you will get the original message. So even though here intruder accesses this channel, intruder cannot get the content of the message because the message is encrypted and sent over the channel. Now first we will see symmetric key encryption. Symmetric key encryption means it is also called as a private key encryption. So as I said in the earlier this one, like there are two types of encryption techniques. One is called as a private, second one is called as a public. Private is also called as a symmetric key encryption method, and public is also called as asymmetric key encryption method. And private makes use of a single shared key between sender and receiver. So now we'll see what are the basic ingredients of this scheme. So it contains, the first one is a plain text. that is the message to be encrypted. So which is represented here by P, letter P. Then second one is the secret key. This key is shared among the two parties, that is sender and receiver. Third one is we have ciphertext. The message after encryption is known as a ciphertext. Fourth one is encryption algorithms. This encryption algorithms makes use of the message and the key, and it will encrypt the message. Fifth one is called as a decryption algorithm. It will make use of ciphertext and key and decrypt the message and tries to get the original message. Now, security of this key, it depends on secrecy of the key. Actually, it doesn't depend on the secrecy of the algorithm. So it is necessary that we need to make the algorithm public, so that any loopholes in the algorithms can be come to know. So the secrecy of the security of the scheme is depends on here secrecy of the key. That is, algorithms for encryption and decryption are known to the public, and keys used are kept secret. So students, here you can see the secret private key encryption or symmetric key encryption. As I said, symmetric key encryption makes use of the same key, that is the key is shared between sender and receiver. In the diagram you can see here we have plain text and encryption algorithm EA, and so this encryption algorithm encrypts plain text by means of shared key K. And the encrypted text is known as a ciphertext, which is sent over the public channel. On the other end, receiver decrypt the received ciphertext by using same key, and you will get the original text, plain text. So this is the process of symmetric key technique. So as I told earlier, there are two types of ciphers. One is called as a substitution cipher. Second one is a transposition cipher. Substitution cipher, each letter or group of letters of the plain text are replaced by some other letter or group of letters to obtain the ciphertext. So in transposition cipher, letters of the plain text are permuted in some form. We will see now how substitution ciphers and transposition cipher works. So here the one important cipher which comes under substitution cipher is a Caesar cipher, which is the earliest known substitution cipher. So here what we do is replace each letter of the alphabet with the 3 letter places after that alphabet. For example, alphabets are assumed to be wrapped around Z is followed by A. For example, here we have taken the letters Happy New Year, and each letter here are replaced by 3 places after that alphabet. For example, H is replaced by H-I-J-K and A is replaced by B-C-D. So this is the plain text. Happy New Year is the plain text, and this is the ciphertext. This type of technique is called as a substitution cipher. In transposition cipher, we are following some sort of permutations of the letters. A simple scheme is write out the plain text in a rectangle row by row and read the message column by column by permuting the order of the columns, or order of the columns become the here key. Here, for example, letters may be written into an array in particular order, one order, and read out in a different order. If the receiver knows the appropriate manner, in which reading and writing is done, then it can be decipher the message. It can decipher the message. It is possible to decipher the message. So substitution and transposition techniques are easily broken. So that's why modern days encryption algorithm depends on the use of mathematical problems that are easy to solve when key is known and become extremely difficult to solve without the key. So whatever algorithm you will study, that is data encryption standard and advanced encryption standard RSA, all these are based on mathematical problem, so which are easy to solve when the key is known and become extremely difficult, or it will become complicated. The complexity of the problem increases when to solve without the key. So as I said, the basic ingredients of secret key cryptography are the plain text, the message to be encrypted, secret key, the shared among the two parties, ciphertext, the message after encryption, encryption algorithm, and decryption algorithm. So this shows the process of secret key encryption, where plain text is converted into ciphertext, and ciphertext is once again decrypted into plain text by using the shared key. Here the sender converts the plain text into ciphertext before transmitting the original message over the insecure channel. The sender uses a secret key for the encryption. Whenever receiver receives, he recovers the plain text by performing the decryption by using the same key. So this is referred as a secret key cryptography. Secret key cryptography addresses the privacy requirements. Now we will see the expression for the secret key cryptography. So the sender converts the plain text P into ciphertext. So the expression for the ciphertext is ciphertext is equal to encrypted of a plain text. Plain text is encrypted by using key K before transmitting the original message over the secure channel. The sender uses the secret key for the encryption. When receiver receives the ciphertext, it recovers the plain text by performing the reverse operation that is called as a decryption. Here you can see sender has encrypted the plain text by using the key, shared key. So this is called as cipher. So when the receiver receives the cipher, what receiver will do is he will decrypt it by using shared key to get the plain message. This is referred as symmetric key cryptography. So here also you can see in the diagram. So plain text is passed into the encryption process. Encryption process makes use of the key with the encryption algorithm, which will generate ciphertext. Ciphertext is nothing but encrypted text with particular key, and on the other end, receiver decrypt the ciphertext with the same key to get the original message. Now we will move to the next category of cryptography, that is called as public key cryptography. Here the keys are not shared between the sender and the receiver. So the main disadvantage of private key cryptography or symmetric key cryptography is the key is shared between sender and receiver. So the problem of sharing the key is a major drawback of the private key or symmetric key encryption technique. Now the question comes like how you share the key, whether you share the key through reliable courier or through reliable post or some other way. So sharing key is difficult in this internet world. So public key cryptography is used. So here the keys are not shared between the sender and receiver. It is the other name for the public key cryptography is called as asymmetric key cryptography. It depends on the two types of keys. One is called as a public key and other one is called as a private key. One is called as a public key and other one is private key. Here every simplex logical communication makes use of two keys. One is called as a public key, other one is called as a private key. For example, if you have user A and user B, and user A wants to communicate with user B, then simplex communication between user A and B makes use of two keys. Let us call K1 and K2. And if the B wants to communicate with the A, then this is also one more simplex communication. Then this also makes use of two keys, that is K3 and K4. So for every simplex communication, here two keys are used. One of which keys are called as private key, other one is called as public key. So when at on the other end, when in a computer system, if A is the node, then A will have two keys. One is called as a public key, K U of A, other one is called as a private key K R of A. So this is the representation KU, that is the public key of A, and other one is called as a private key of A. Similarly, B has got two keys. One is called as KUB, that is the public key of B, and KRB. So here the public key of A indicates this key is made to the available to the public, and the private key of A is nothing but A keep the key with this key with him secretly. So this is the difference between a public key and a private key. So KUA is a public key, that means A will made this key, A will distribute this key to the other parties with whom he wants to communicate, and private key of A will keep this key with him itself without disclosing it to the anyone. So what are the main applications of public key cryptography? So the public key cryptography, the main applications are confidentiality, key distribution, and authentication. So the main drawback of the private key or say symmetric key cryptography is key distribution. This can be solved by using public key encryption technique. Then second one is that public key also can be used for confidentiality purpose, and public key encryption technique is also can be used for authentication purpose. So now we will see the basic ingredients of this public key cryptography system, that is also called as asymmetric key cryptography. That is, one is plain text, the message to be encrypted. Second one is the public key KU and the private key KR. One with the sender and other with the receiver. Third one is the ciphertext, the message after encryption. Fourth one is an encryption algorithm that makes use of plain text P and one of the key, that is either public key or private key. And the next one is a decryption algorithm that makes use of ciphertext and one of the key, that is public key or a private key. Now this diagram shows the use of public key cryptography. Here the plain text, we have plain text, there is a sender and receiver, A is the sender and B is the receiver, and we have plain text P. The plain text B is converted into ciphertext by means of encryption algorithm. So encryption algorithm makes use of B's public key, because B's public key is with A, so B's public key, by using B's public key, encryption algorithm encrypt the message, and the message is the ciphertext is sent to B. So now B has got its own private key. So you will make use of this private key and decrypt the algorithm and to get the plain text. Here, if this message is received by the third party intruder, then he cannot decrypt the message, because the related key of B's, that is the private key of the B's, is only with B only, and unless until without the use of private key, the intruder cannot decrypt the message. Application of public key encryption technique or asymmetric key encryption techniques. As I said earlier, it is used for encryption and decryption. That is, sender encrypt the message and receiver will decrypt the message. This process is also called as confidentiality. Then second one is digital signature or authentication. Here sender signs the message with its private key, and receiver who has got particular the related public key can open the message, and this deals with authentication. And last one is the key exchange. Two sides, that is sender and receiver, can exchange this shared key and proceed with the private key encryption. The main drawback of the public key encryption is it is slower compared to private key encryption or symmetric key encryption. Symmetric key encryption is faster procedure because it makes use of the same key. Public key or asymmetric key encryption is slower procedure because it makes use of two keys. So in order to, so there is a one technique in which technique, in this technique, the sender and receiver first they can exchange the key by making use of a public key or asymmetric key cryptography. Then after that they can use the same key and encrypt the message by means of a symmetric key encryption technique. So in this way, the advantages of both techniques can be utilized properly. So a sender encrypts the plain text by using public key and the receiver decrypts the ciphertext using a private key. So one important example for asymmetric key encryption is RSA algorithm. It is developed by Rivest, Shamir and Edelman, known as RSA. So public key encryption cryptography techniques also can be used for non-repudiation by producing a digital signature. So comparison of the secret key and public key. So public key systems are more powerful than secret key systems. It provides digital signature. In addition to providing integrity, authentication and privacy. It is slower than secret key cryptography. For this reason, public key cryptography is usually used during the setup session. So with this student, I will conclude the session. So in the next session, you will see different types of cryptographic algorithm, that is data encryption standard, then advanced encryption standard, then RSA algorithm. Thank you.